What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In this one, I want to talk about a stock that has big upside potential, but it's not one of those stocks per se that's going to explode in 10x over the next few days, weeks, whatever it might be. This is one of the ones that I think is a really good buy, just especially because of the way that the economy is kind of facing. There's recession talks, there's all these different things coming into play. And I do think it's important to have a portfolio that includes some stocks that are pretty good, kind of safety cushions and perform well in these types of environments. So I'm going to go over the stock that I am really liking. But remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I say is not financial advice. But if you find value in this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you do not miss out on any of my future videos. But let's go ahead and get straight into who this company is. The company is QCR Holdings, ticker QCRH, trading about for $58 right now. And this stock is it's doing very well over the past year. Okay, year to date, it's up 3.15%. And over the past year, it is up 15.7%. It's got a market cap right now of about $989 million. Trades on pretty low volume, average volume of 63,000. Very good PE ratio of 9.54, and if they do pay a dividend, it is very low of 0.41%. Now, let's go ahead and just kind of show you a few things I like. First up, the ratings overall is that QCRH is very bullish, incredible earnings and incredible financials. Now, a few things, let's talk about who this company is. QCR Holdings is a multi-bank holding company providing commercial and consumer banking and trust and asset management services. They also provide various commercial and retail lending and leasing and investment services to corporations, partnerships, individuals, and government agencies. Pretty simply put, they're a financials company doing a ton of different things, mainly banking for commercial, such as other banks and companies who need to have banking, and they do some retail banking as well, but they also do wealth management, asset management, and things like that. Pretty solid company in a good industry that could definitely provide upside potential. Showing you a little bit more, they have a profit margin right now of 33%. Revenue trades about $280 million worth. Quarterly revenue growth year over year was 13%. Now earnings growth was negative 31%. We're going to go over why, and it's not a big deal. It's not concerning to me at all why they had negative earnings growth. There's a few things going on with the company, but to show you their most recent second quarter 2022 results and to kind of get in that stuff, recently they completed the acquisition of Guarantee Federal Bank shares, adding approximately $1.3 billion in assets, $808 million in loans, and $1.1 billion in deposits, which is very good stuff. The adjusted net income was $30.4 million, or $1.73 per share, and that is per diluted share. But they had some expenses to pay for this acquisition, which is why the earnings were not the greatest. They were still positive, but they were not growing. So they had to pay expenses totaling about $15.5 million post-tax. And they also are doing a repurchasing kind of share repurchase plan. They repurchased 602,000 shares over Q2 of 2022. Now, this entire acquisition, all the expenses were $5.7 million of just kind of related expenses, then $9.8 million of current expected credit losses for this new company. Kind of having to put that in the quarter, and it is not going to continue over. It's just kind of, hey, we have this new company. Here's kind of what we expect. You just have to do that, especially when you acquire new companies in the financials and just companies in general. You have to kind of do that. So that is why they took this major expense hit, but it is not concerning me pretty much at all. So to give you a little bit more insight on this company and why I'm liking it a lot, before we get into that, let's actually just kind of show you that there is upside. I mean, analysts are liking the stock, giving it about an average of $72.50 as an average price target, 2 buys right now in the stock currently, 25% upside. So definitely solid numbers. And show you a little bit more, insiders are purchasing recently. I mean, we can see right here, ever since the beginning of 2022, we've had some recent purchasing activity. And from this director, they recently bought last month, $6,500 worth of stock. We're seeing a lot of insider purchasing activity, which is very, very good. And before we get into the presentation, another thing I like is they consistently beat earnings. I mean, we can go back as 2021. They have beat earnings consistently. really good stuff that I like to see on the stock. Now, let's go ahead and get straight into this. So why would you choose QCR Holdings? First up, over the past 5 years, they've had an earnings per share CAGR of 15%, and they are quoting their position for sustained growth. Current valuation provides upside for investors, saying they think that there is more upside potential to their own company. I'm just giving you some key points from this. So their lines of business, what do they actually do? Full service commercial and consumer banking, high performing niche business areas, specialty finance group, correspondent banking, and wealth management. Right now they've got about 7.4 billion in assets, 5.8 billion in loans, and 5.8 billion in deposits. Wealth management, they're managing about $4.5 billion, with 3.4 billion being trust and investment accounts, and the other 1.1 billion being in brokerage accounts. And this is definitely very, very bullish information. Furthermore, exceptional growth in key financial metrics. Since 2016, these are some key growth rates that we're seeing. Core EPS is 22.3% CAGR. Really good. I mean, just all these numbers are very solid growth numbers that we're looking at in this company. Huge upside potential, especially with it being not a bank that's like JP Morgan, valued at hundreds of billions of dollars, whatever it is. They're kind of a lower company with growth. They just made a massive acquisition, adding more market share. So we've got a lot of good stuff. They've got a plan to kind of get things going a little bit better. They want to grow loans by 9% per year, grow fee income no less than 6% per year, and improve efficiencies and hold expense growth to no more than 5%. So definitely huge outlook for the company. And to show you, with their entire new acquisition, the combined company is ranked number 4 in deposit market share in their market, which is very good. Adding market share to this company is definitely going to be a big pro and a big green flag that we like to see on the stock. So show you finally quarterly revenue growth. I mean, it's definitely there. As we can see, the net income was not as high as it had been, but it's because of acquisition expenses. And if they didn't have those, they would be that high. We're looking at very good stuff. I think that this company is positioned for massive success, especially over the next year or so. And I do think that regardless, I mean, if a recession happens, you can't control that. But I think this is one of those companies that could give you kind of a hedge against this in the event that there is absolute collapse, things like this. They seem to be very well sustained, very well put to be in a good situation. I mean, they also do pay that dividend, which is not very significant at all. It's very low, but it still is consistent cash flow coming into your portfolio, which could be very solid stuff. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. So if you did enjoy it, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you do not miss out on any of my future videos. Thank you for making it to the end of this one. Leave a comment below. I always like to hear your input. Give the video a thumbs up. Check out my Discord server. Link is in the description down below. And for all those wondering what this website was, it's a newer website called Portfolio Meta. Links in the description down below as well. And I will see you at the next video.